Good afternoon, everybody. Thanks for clicking on the Tuesday Afternoon Weather Webcast for May 6th, 2014. I'm meteorologist Nate Harrington. Another warm day in the Wiregrass and around the southeast, but not quite as warm as it was at this time yesterday. Yesterday, we already had a few spots approaching 90 degrees. Today, only one or two around the area, and a lot of folks still stuck in the lower 80s. Had a little bit of fog around early this morning. I told you yesterday that fog probably wasn't going to be a problem. It was a problem in some spots, very limited, right along the Alabama, Georgia, and Florida state line, pretty much in the tri-state region near Jackson County and Seminole County and down to the Big Bend of Florida and closer to the coast. And did see some patchy fog in places in the rural spots in southeast Alabama today, but not a whole big deal. I think that'll be the same way for tomorrow as well. Where you've seen the most rain here over the last few days, those still wet areas will see some fog around, and folks in the Florida Panhandle definitely have seen their fair share of rain, so fog will definitely be an issue for those folks going forward, most likely the next couple of days. Here are your temperatures for right now. As of 2 o'clock to 10 to be exact. 88 in Andalusia, 86 Donaldsonville, 86 in Crestview. Now these are the few places that do run a little warmer than everywhere else just because of their thermometers. I think their calibration's a little bit off. But Abbeville at 87, they're normally right on par with everybody else, so we'll go ahead and chalk that up to a little bit warmer air up there. 83 in Ozark, Dothan, and 84 in Bonifay, Geneva, Enterprise, and in Troy, and a nice day along the beaches right near 80 degrees with the sea breeze starting to kick up. And dew points still relatively comfortable. Not very humid out there with dew points below 60 in almost every spot around the Wiregrass. That's still in that comfortable range. It's when you start getting above 60 into the mid-60s where things can get rather uncomfortable, and that's when you start seeing clouds start to develop. When you get a little bit more moisture in the air, that moisture will rise just due to the instability in the air, and you'll see clouds. But today, that is not the case. No clouds basically around anywhere. Look to the west, a little bit of a sea fog actually in some parts of the Gulf Coast. But other than that, we are cloud-free, and that's how we're staying. So the jet stream has been pretty progressive the last couple of days. It's basically right here. That's the jet stream, and that's where all the weather is. Imagine that. More upper elevation or higher elevation snows in the west, some rainfall out there, some thunderstorms in the Dakotas, moving into northern Minnesota where they had snow yesterday, and it looks like they've got a little mixed precip up near the border and closer to Lake Superior, and some showers off the coast near Maine, and actually in Maine, and in Vermont and New Hampshire, and the New England states a little bit gloomy today, but other than that, pretty good around the lower 48, and that's how it'll stay. All right, these are the 500 millibar heights. This is the mid-levels of the atmosphere. Gives us a good indication of what's going on in the atmosphere. You can see the pronounced long wave pattern right now. There's a big trough in the west, a big ridge of high pressure in the east, and watch as this high pressure kind of slides and amplifies farther to the north over the next couple of days. And that means a little warming trend for folks in the Great Lakes region, and warmer for us too. A little nose of some warmer air gets going, and by Wednesday and Thursday, I think we could see warmer temperatures than we saw for today going forward. And another thing of note, we were watching a storm system that could impact our weather on this weekend. Now, if this trough, this area of low pressure in the upper levels, continues to lift and move kind of north and east, I think our chances of rain are pretty slim for the weekend. However, if it kind of goes on this more eastward trek and maybe southeastward trek and digs a bit, I think the chances of us seeing some rain are pretty good. Now, we'll have to just watch and see, but as of right now, we'll call it a 50-50 chance. I know that sounds bad in the weather department, but we'll call it a 50-50 chance to see some rain on Saturday, and the rain chance is looking a lot less good for Sunday, for Mother's Day. Here's your future cast for today and tonight and for Wednesday. A little bit of fog, and that's it. We should be all dry once again, basically cloud-free, and the temperatures will respond as such, dropping into the upper 50s and low 60s once again, basically a carbon copy of where we were this morning, and then afternoon temperatures back basically where they are right now, upper and middle 80s for most, with some low 80s down near the coast and some scattered spots, but it could get a little bit warm around here Wednesday afternoon and into Thursday as that ridge continues to build in the mid-levels of the atmosphere and at the surface too. We'll see that ridge kind of break off by Thursday and see a little bit more humidity around here and some clouds around Thursday and most likely on Friday too as that cold front moves in and possibly storm system for the weekend. We'll cross our fingers that the Mother's Day weekend is all dry. We could use another dry weekend after the last week we've had. All right, that is it for the Afternoon Weather Webcast for your Tuesday. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comments section below. This will be posted on YouTube, also Facebook and Twitter, and on Google+. As soon as it gets done uploading, we'll have all that for you. And a pretty nice rest of the week forecast. We've been kind of alluding to some rain during the weekend, but that can all change. We're kind of in that zone 4 to 5 days out where a lot of things can change. So just stay tuned. Don't want to totally put Mother's Day weekend on the washout scale just yet. So hopefully everyone has a great Tuesday. We'll see you back here tomorrow on Wednesday.